Yo, what's up guys, Morts now, welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be ranking all the Fortnite seasons from amazing, good, okay, not the best but kind of fun, trash, worst ever, and then just like didn't play. And when the seasons that I'm going to put in didn't play, I made this column for seasons like before I started playing Fortnite, because I didn't play Fortnite in OG days. I kind of like, I did start playing in chapter 1, but I like the OG like 2017, those days. I didn't start playing Fortnite then, so I'm gonna put the OG, the original seasons in those columns, just the seasons I didn't play. So we're gonna start off with chapter 1, season 1, which was like, Renegade Raider. I think that was like the first ever Fortnitemares 2017. Introduced the pumpkin launcher, the skull trooper, the ghoul trooper. Like that was season 1. I didn't play that season, so a lot of these few seasons I'm not going to talk about too much because I just didn't really play them. I don't really want to like go into like massive like discussions about seasons I didn't like actually play Fortnite in currently, because I didn't play Fortnite in 2017 at all. I didn't start playing until 2018. So we're gonna start next with season 2. I'm putting that in didn't play as well because I didn't play then. I think we're just gonna put the seasons quickly in this column, the ones I just didn't play in. So I didn't play season 2, which like the medieval, kind of like a medieval season with Black Knight. Had like the Christmas event, introduced like all the Christmas skins for the first time. There was only Christmas where there was no snow on the map though. Season 3 you got the Reaper, the space theme, and then also season 4 here you got like the superheroes, not the actual superheroes, it's like the movie set, the superheroes, the meteor hit the map. This next season, season 5, I didn't really properly play this game. I played it a tiny bit. I think I played like a few games, so I'm gonna put this season in okay, because I did actually like play the season, but not like officially, like not. I did technically officially, yeah, but I didn't like officially like start properly playing. If that makes sense. Then like I didn't like I played a little bit, but I didn't like officially start like properly fully playing the game like all the time until season 6. And season 6 was obviously the Cube theme season with the Loot Lake, the Fortnitemares 2018 with the Husk zombies on the map, the Loot Lake Island exploding. Like that was a really damn good season. We got some like the Quad Launcher, the Quad Crasher, the I think it was like the Fiend Hunter crossbow, some really good, the 6-shooter revolver, the Food Fight LTM. That was a really good season. I'm putting that in good, right? I'm putting that in good. I really like that season, right? Next is season 7, and man, this was like one of my favourite seasons of chapter 1. I really liked season 7. It was like, the planes, the iceberg was approaching the map towards the end of season 6, and it hits the map at the beginning of season 7. We get the whole bottom left corner of the map is covered in snow. We've got Polar Peak, Frosty Flights, Happy Hamlet, the Greasy Grove is frozen over with ice. There's so much snow on the map, still goes all the way to like the Viking hill area and Tilted and stuff. You even get planes, Exhaust planes, the Infinity Blade, the 14 Days of Fortnite event, the Marshmallow event, the Ice King event with the Ice Storm and the Ice Zombies, man. I loved that season, man. I know, actually, from what I've seen on the internet, a lot of people don't actually like that season. It's quite a hated season, but I don't really care. I like that season, and this is my opinions, so yeah. Season 8, I honestly say this was a really good season as well. I might even put this like higher in the amazing column than season 7. This season 8 was just so good. The pirate theme, the jungle area, the volcano, lazy lagoon, the whole jungle biome was a really cool biome to about. This is when we started. This was like we had like so many different biomes in the map. We had the grassy area, the snowy area, the desert area, and then also now the jungle area. Season 8. You got like the hybrid skins, the battle pass. It had one of the worst 200s ever, but it was still a really good battle pass. You had the volcano event destroying retail, Tilted, and the side of Polar Peak. We had the endgame mode with Thanos' team, with Thanos' army, and then Thanos versus all the Avengers with all the Avenger mythics. It was such a good season. That season was amazing. One slight problem I had with that season, alright? I'm just going to be straight out, just say one problem I had with that season is the volcano event at the end of the season. A lot of people miss the event when the countdown hit 0. It just like, lots of people, it just didn't happen. The event just froze at 0. The countdown just froze at 0. And that happened for me, and I missed that event. So that's one thing that makes me a little bit salty and a little bit annoyed about that season. But it was, as a whole though, the season was really good. It's just that event I missed, which is annoying. Season 9. Now, Season 9 is questionable. I think it was a decent season. In my opinion, I think it has the best ever live event. It has the groundbreaking best live event of all time. best live event of all time. I'm just gonna straight up say that it had the event was just so good. I have to give them props. I mean, this was back in the Chapter 1 days when events were like, just starting to really get good. The events. And I still think there's not been an event come anywhere close to this event, man. The Chapter 1 Season 9 Robo vs Monster event, best event ever. But that's just the event though. Even though it has the best event ever, I don't think any live event is enough to make the entire season amazing. And I wasn't a huge fan of the season. I thought it was okay. I'm going to put Season 9, right? Not the best, but kind of fun. It was a decent-ish season, but it wasn't like... I just didn't think it was that good. The event was good though, but then again, you can't say an entire season's good just because the event, because before the event happens, that doesn't replace everything that happened later in the season, does it? That stuff still happens. So the season could be absolutely boring, but the event could be amazing. Like the season itself was like not really that great. It was okay, but the event was really good at the end of the season. Season 10, oh god, man, I don't know where I'm supposed to start with this season. The mechs, for one thing. Now, look. This season had the potential to be one of the best seasons ever. I still think this season, okay, look, just pretend the mechs aren't, I know the mechs were in the game, but just pretend they weren't in the game for a second. Think of everything else we got. We got Rift Zones, Tilted Town, the Retail Road with Zombies, Moisty Palms, Greasy Grove. We had so many, cool Rift Zones. Every single week, we got a new Rift Zone, and each Rift Zone would give us a new POI. So we pretty much got a new POI every single week. We also got the return of Factories and Dusty Depot. We've got a new POI every single week, right? A new POI every single week. We've got the end event, the Black Hole, the groundbreaking event that just broke the internet. That event was so good. Apart from the mechs, I think the thing is the mechs ruined that season for so many people because that season was so good. It was just the mechs that ruined it. If the mechs weren't in that season could have been one of the best seasons. I wouldn't say it was the best season, but it still wouldn't be the best season, but it would be one of the best seasons. It was such a good season. We got a new POI every single week. It's so underrated just because the mechs ruined it. But other than the mechs, it was a really good season. I'm gonna put it in okay, right? Because I'm thinking of it other than the mechs. Other than the mechs, it was actually okay. It wasn't too bad. Anyway, let's get into Chapter 2, Season 1. Now, this season started off so good. A fresh new... We've been on the old map for so long. People wanting a new map for so long. We finally got it. A fresh new map. Right, it had some old POIs like Pleasant Park, Retail, and Salty. Some of the locations survived, but some of the locations survived from the Chapter 1 map. But most of it was new. Most of it was legit, just new locations. As a whole, the map was new. There's just a few POIs that survived from the original map, but most of it was new. And it was a cool new map for a few weeks. A month, I said a few weeks. It was really, really fun. But then after a while, I mean, we did get a Fortnite event. The season was extended longer, so it had the Christmas event, the Winterfest event, and Fortnite event in the same season. Fortnite was okay. I mean, actually, to be fair, we had the Storm King mode, which was really, really cool. I think the start of this season was good. The start of this season was really good. I think the season started in October, so October, November, December, the first few months of the season was really good. But then when we got into January and February, the last whole month, we had no content after the Christmas event. There was really not much content. The Star Wars event happened in the season. The Star Wars event was kind of boring. It was just kind of a talk show. We were just standing there for ages. It wasn't really that entertaining. There was a bit of shooting with TIE fighters and stuff at the beginning and the end, but and then we got a little bit of Palpatine dialogue was actually at the end. But apart from that, it was just a talk show thing where we were just standing there. And we got to introduce lightsabers at the very end of the event, but it was still just kind of boring, that event. I think the Winterfest event was really good. It was the first time we ever had introduced Winterfest for the first time, and now we're just having that every single year now because it's so successful. You open a present every single day, and you got 2 free skins. It was the first time we ever got free skins from an event. I think, as far as I'm aware, I'm pretty sure it was the first time we ever got free skins from an event like that. And now they just do it every year, which is really, really good. The Fortnite event, obviously, I said the Storm King mode, that was kind of cool. But overall, though, after those two seasonal events, happened, there was a couple months where just nothing happened, and for most of the season in between, and even in between those events, nothing really happened. So I think I'm just gonna put it on the scene kind of trash. It wasn't that good of a season. It was kind of stale and kind of boring. Not much happened. But I gotta say, I got a lot of different stuff to say about Chapter 2 Season 2. Chapter 2 Season 2 might be one of my favourite seasons of all time. Alright? Agency, the shark, the yacht, the grotto, the rig. We got I think it was 5 new POIs added. all those POIs had henchmen, bosses, and if you killed the bosses, you get vaults. You get a vault key card and a mythic weapon. I think we had like the mythic drum gun, the mythic heavy assault rifle, the mythic grappler, the mythic scar, the mythic minigun, the mythic boom bow. We had tons of mythic weapons, bosses, vaults, key cards, henchmen, all scattered over the map. The Ghost vs Shadow theme, Shadow there was like Ghost vs Shadow styles each skin. You had to choose one, and then throughout the season, Ghost or Shadow would be choosing and taking over POIs. It was really, really fun, and it was a really good season. And also we had the Travis Scott event, which is groundbreaking, one of the best concert events of all time. We had the Travis Scott event, and we also had the device event with the tsunami, the flooded, like, there was like a tsunami storm, and the tsunami storm was really cool because you could like swim inside the storm and go underwater. And then in the event, even though this didn't happen after the event the yacht was just in its normal place, but in the event the yacht was like floating on the tsunami, which was really cool, and there was sharks everywhere. The sharks weren't actually in the tsunami like storm in the normal games of Fortnite leading up to the season, but in the event they had the sharks there swimming in the water. It looked so cool. I think that, like, even the events were amazing, and also the season was amazing. So if you have a season where the season's good and the event in that season is good, or the events, then it's a win-win. And we also got two events. We got two good events, and the rest of the season, the updates and everything was amazing. It was a really good season. It had like the spy LTM and stuff. It was a really good season. Chapter 2, Season 3. This season wasn't as good as Season 2. It definitely wasn't as good as Season 2. But that's not saying this season was bad. This season was not bad at all. It was still a really good season. You know, the tsunami that was getting held back by the storm in the event finally fled the entire map. We had like the flotilla. All the locations were like, a lot of locations were being held up by the No Sweat Insurance. We had the Authority after the destroyed agency in Season 2 got taken over by Shadow. But then the agency was still Ghost themed, but it had Shadow Henchmen with Shadow Midas and everything. And then in Season 3, it was completely built up into like a new fortress called the Authority and owned by Shadow. The Jules drum gun, Jules glider gun, and if you went to the Fortnite, you could kill Ocean, the Ocean boss, and she would have Ocean's Burst assault rifle and Ocean's bottomless Chug Chug, which was like an infinite use Chug Chug with a cooldown. And then you had Catty Corner with Kit's charge shotgun and Kit's shockwave launcher. It was such a good season. I'm putting that season, right, in good. Like, people need to give Chapter 2 more love. Chapter 2 was decent. I don't know how people hate Chapter 2. A lot of people don't like Chapter 2 that much. I think Chapter 2, in my opinion, Chapter 2 is 10 times better than Chapter 3. And Chapter 3 isn't even close. And here we come. This right here. Chapter 2, Season 4. My favourite season of all time. All time. This season was goddamn amazing, right? We had Doctor Doom's gauntlets, we had Doctor Doom's mystical bomb, Thor's hammer, Iron Man's repulsors, Iron Man's uni beam, even Wolverine's claws, She-Hulk's, smash ability. I mean, man, like, there were so many mythics in this season. We had the Wolverine boss, the Iron Man boss, the Doctor Doom boss, and then we had the Fortnite event with the Fortnite mode, where if you died, you became like a ghost zombie on Midas' team. We had the Authority got destroyed, it became the Ruins for the Fortnite event. Shadow Midas' drum gun, Ghost Henchman Midas took over the Authority and turned it into the Ruins. That to this day, the Ruins is like my favourite POI. I love the Ruins, man. It's amazing. Rip the Ruins, man. I really want rip Ruins in the comments, man. Rip the Ruins in the comments, man. I'm glad just destroyed it in the event. He destroyed the Ruins to get to the 0 point, and I was so sad, man. I missed the Ruins. It's still my favourite POI. Yeah, and also the Galactus event, like that season. I mean, I'm putting it like here right now. Best season, amazing, best season of all time, best season of all time, and that's literally what I'm just saying, that best season of all time. All right. Season 5. Season 5 was nowhere near anywhere close to Season 4. I didn't even like this season that much. Actually, for a lot of this season, for like last month of the season, I stopped playing the game because I just didn't like the season. This season was just basically carried by just collabs. Every single week there'd be a new hunter, and they were basically, this season was basically just a way, just an excuse to introduce the collabs. They were trying to make it look like they were basically making it look like it was like part of the story. Where it was, I guess, trying to make it look like it was part of the story, but it was just an excuse to bring loads of collabs into the game. Each week there'd be like a new hunter arriving through the 0 point, and it would just be like a new collab every single week. And it was basically, this whole season was just basically just collabs every single week. Apart from the Christmas event was decent, I think the Christmas event was actually pretty good this year. I think this Christmas event this is one of my favourite Christmas events. Even though there wasn't a Winterfest in this Christmas event, you still got 2 free skins from doing challenges. But like, it was like this really cool thing they introduced like the frost, like this Operation Snowdown LTM, and each time you loaded into this OTM, it'd rotate between different LTMs like knockback, tilted taxis, like loads of different LTMs. It would like Christmassy like LTMs and stuff like that. Not Christmassy LTMs, but they were just like loads of different fun LTMs that rotate between. And I wish they'd bring that back for a Christmas event as well as Winterfest, because that was really good. But apart from that, I put this season honestly in trash. I didn't really like it too much. Season 6. Now this is like a very debatable season, because I mean, look, most people are just gonna straight up say, "Oh, this season was just absolute trash." I didn't mind it. Obviously, I'm not gonna say, "Oh my god, the season was amazing," because the season was definitely not amazing. But it wasn't technically trash. Like the primal bows, the primal shotgun, the primal assault rifle, the bows, the chickens, the boars, and the wolves were introduced. The spire. I'm trying to remember what the locations were. I can't remember. Colossal crops. I mean, I can't remember the other one. It was like tilted towers, but like older themed or something. I think it was like, I can't remember what it was called, but there was a lot of like primal. The whole like center of the map was from the instead of the desert, it was replaced with the whole like primal orangey biome. And also we had the Zero Crisis first ever single player event at the beginning of the season to introduce your season. I still think that season should have given us a live event instead, but I guess there wasn't enough story build up. So it's the first time we had 2 seasons in a row with that event. So to make up for that, I think in season 7 and season 8 we gave us 2 events in a row. I'm going to put that season in not the best, but kind of fun. What's season 7? Season 7 I actually think was actually good. I put it in the good column, right? For like some reasons. One, I think it was a really good, unique season. We had like, the UFO had taken it, like, the aliens had arrived. We didn't actually know at the time, but they were the last reality. The abductors, they'd spawn on the map and abduct you in the mothership, and you have to like go in a mini game to collect time orbs. And the gold orbs to get better loot, and you would on all the mini floating islands like a little mini game, and then whatever tier of loot you got for the amount of gold orbs you got would be like the indicator of what the loot rarity you got. The Zapatron, sorry, the ray gun, the recon scanner, the rail gun, even. All those items got added to the game. Dr. Slow and the IO were having war against the aliens. Then we had the Skyfire event. We got onto the mothership, infiltrated the alien ship. The bombs planted underneath Corny Complex. The mothership exploded, sending cubes all over the map. But even the gold cube, we revived a cube, turned it blue. Not to mention, throughout the season also, actually, it was going around abducting places like Coral Castle, Slurp Swamp, and then obviously Corny Complex for the event. And also we had the Rift Tour event with the Ariana Grande and loads of other artists featured in that event. And then we had obviously Skyfire. So we had 2 events that season. I'd put that season obviously in good. Season 8, final season of Chapter 2. The cubes had hit the map. The map was in ruins. We had Carnage, Tier 100 skin. I think I had the Carnage and Venom mythics that would spawn on the map throughout the season. Fortnitemares. It was kind of okay this season. We got Horde Rush return for the first time since season 9. That's something I forgot to mention. Season 9 introduced Horde Rush in season 9. And then it hadn't been in the game for years, and it finally returned and did season 8's Fortnitemares event. So that was really, really good. We had the cubes rolling around the map. The gold cube went around the map, activated all the cubes, and all the cubes spawned like mini cubes. They all went to the center, formed the convergence, which later became the pyramid. And then that obviously shot into the sky in the Fortnite end event and opened the rift, and that gave us all, and that brought in all the tons and hundreds of motherships and the cube's cradle, which tried to destroy the map. The 7 obviously succeeded, fought them off, flipped the map, and obviously closed the portal and somewhat maybe killed the cube queen, but we don't know. I put that season in good. I think that was a good season. Chapter 3, Season 1. Now, a lot of people think this is one of the best seasons of all time. I don't see it, right? We got the a lot of people just like that season mainly because of Spider-Man mythics, and I don't blame them. Spider-Man mythics are one of the most useful and best mythics of all time, and I agree that they're definitely insane mythics. And we got obviously Tilted Towers came back. I also got the Grotto 2.0, aka the Covert Caverns. I'd put that season in okay. Also got 14 Days of Fortnite again. Well, it wasn't 14 Days of Fortnite, it was Winterfest, sorry. It was the first time, it was Winterfest finally returned that year, because in the previous year, in 2020, in Chapter 2, Season 5, they didn't, they had it obviously in Chapter 2, Season 1, the first time they introduced Winterfest. And the following year, they just had it was just the Christmas event was called Operation Snowdown in Chapter Season 5, and they didn't return. Winterfest didn't return for the second time, and then so many people complained that Christmas was bad that year in that event, so they brought it back again in Chapter 3 Season 1. So I put that season in okay. Obviously, rumbles were happening, like earthquakes were happening on the map. The IO drills were emerging, and then that's when the IO war finally kicked off. IO vs 7 went to war. The IO and the 7, tanks, blimps, battle buses. The IO went to war. They even removed building for the first time. I think that's one of the best things they've ever done to the game. Zero build. I play zero build all the time now. I don't even play build anymore really that much. Occasionally I'll play it, but some of my mates who like playing zero build, but not zero build. Sorry, I say I play build sometimes with some of my mates who don't like zero build, but most of my mates do like zero build. To be fair, so I don't really play build mode that often anymore. So yeah, zero build's amazing. Obviously, throughout the season, there'd be the POIs that had blimps at them, and IO were stationed at those POIs. Throughout the season, we'd go with a team of some 7 recruits, and we'd have a 3-stage battle at multiple POIs trying to push back the IO. And throughout the season, we would win those fights. Throughout the season, the blimps would crash near the POI, and the 7 would claim the POIs throughout the season. And then obviously the IO got desperate. They built the collider, tried to wipe out the map, and then we had the collision event with the mech. Wiped out thousands of IO units, all the IO units. The blimps got destroyed. Peely saved the day with the slurp that revived the robot when it got damaged. And then also we went into the IO, the deeper underneath the collider, fought off with the IO, killed Sloan, and obviously, freed the 0 point, and that was a really good season. The collision event was alright. It wasn't the best event, it was alright. I'll put that season in a good. Okay, next we have Chapter 3, Season 3. I'm going to quickly just put this in the worst ever. I don't like that season. It was goddamn crap. I hated that season. Literally nothing happened. That season was so slow. We got barely any updates that season. The updates were kind of boring. It was like just each update would just get a new reality tree area would just spawn, and it would rotate between similar, just the same 3 POIs at all the spots. Pretty much had the same. Some of them had a few different ones, but most of them were just the same. It was kind of boring. The summer event was really bad. There was so many empty, we meant to get roller skating and stuff, but there was so many roller skating parts, floating areas in the water, and they were just all empty. Nothing really happened in the event. In the summer no sweat summer event, it was basically the no crap. It was basically just the no sweat crap summer event. Basically, in my opinion, that's what they should have called it, because it was crap, that event. Chapter 3 season, and we had the Darth Vader boss, I guess, with the and his stormtrooper NPCs spawning with him that you defy again. And it was the first time you could throw the Darth Vader lightsaber. You could actually throw the lightsaber. It's the first time. It's the only lightsaber you can actually throw at people. I think that was kind of cool, but still, I'm not even going to talk about this season anymore. It doesn't deserve anyone to talk about it. This season was just trash, and I hope they never do anything like this again. It was just a chill, vibing season just after the massive war in Season 2, but it was an absolute crap season. And the next season is better, but not by much. Chapter 3, Season 4, Paradise. The Herald have been planning her attack. She's been watching us at the beginning of the Season 3 trailer. She emerged, caught the 7 off guard, consumed most of them by Chrome. The Paradigm escaped, consuming the whole map of Chrome. The Herald boss with the mythic burst, Chrome burst rifle, which wasn't really that good, that rifle. And you obviously had the Chrome shotgun that was introduced. We had the goo gun introduced. A lot of new items introduced. The Horde Rush returned again this year. The Fortnite event with Grim Gables and the Reality Tree got covered in Chrome. The Fracture event, oh my god, that event, it was so bad. Oh my god. Bro, I actually can't believe how bad that event was. Fracture, we're just running around doing challenges the whole time. I'm not even going to talk about the season, it doesn't deserve any talk about. Trash. This is the worst ever, I'll put that in trash. Okay, so now we're coming up closer to the present day. We've got Chapter 4, Season 1. I think the season was kind of it was kind of bad. It wasn't really that good. There was not many updates for an entire month. We had no updates from I think 13th December to the 19th of January. Over a month, we didn't have a single downtown update. We've got a few items like the Guardian Shield, the Oathbound drone. We had this obviously the Shockwave hammer and stuff. A few times added at the beginning of the season, but then throughout the season we got the Guardian Shield, Oathbound drone, obviously, and then the bush bomb and a few like slurp juice, burst rifle, some unvaulted stuff, and just mainly just challenges throughout the season and some small map changes with the rift gate, the red rift in the sky. I would put that season in not the best, but kind of fun. And here we are in the current season, Chapter 4, Season 2. This season was... Well, I don't know what saying was. This season's only been out for like... I don't think how long this season was out. Like less than a week? The season's been out for like less than a week, right? Actually, yeah, it'll be a week tomorrow. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. And it was last Friday, so it'll be a week tomorrow. So the season's almost been out for a week. So far, actually, no, it's okay. Mega City, the whole futuristic POI. And then you've got like Lucky Landing POI, themed POIs throughout the map, throughout the other areas of the biome. It's a decent-ish biome. The Havoc suppressed assault rifle, the Havoc pump shotgun, the kinetic blade. I think the season's okay. So far, I'm going to put it in okay. The season hasn't obviously finished yet. It's only just started, really, so I'm going to put the season in okay so far. So that's all my Fortnite seasons ranked. Let me know what you think. If you have any different opinions to this, what your favourite Fortnite seasons are, your least favourite Fortnite seasons, let me know in the comments. This has been really fun doing this. Please like, subscribe, and if you want to see more of these tier list videos, yeah, just let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.